Future Kirsty here. The angle in this reading is completely off, so really sorry about that. I don't know how I didn't notice it. It cuts off the cards a little bit on the table. So sorry, but I'm not going to redo the whole reading just because of the angle of the video. So anyway, just wanted to let you know and enjoy.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kirsty and I make psychic and spiritual content, so if that's your kind of thing, stick around and join us by hitting the subscribe button down below. So today I am reading for Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber and the drama that has been unfolding. I'm not really a big fan of either of these girls. I mean, I love Murders in the Building, love that show. But in terms of like their careers or anything, I don't follow either of them, so I don't know what this is about, but I've seen it floating around the internet. So if you enjoy this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Remember to share with anyone who may be interested, and let's get into it. So, I mean, initially, as I tap into both of their energies, there's actually a real sadness with both of these girls. I don't feel like either of these girls are happy, and I feel like it just stems from being in this industry from a really young age. And the kind of thing I wanted to raise to spirit really was, you know, is this feud and drama that's erupted recently coming from them, or is it coming from fans? Because a lot of time fans will drive a story and a narrative out of nothing, you know, especially with the internet, and anyone can just, you know, say what they want to say. I feel like sometimes it does get driven by other people, and as I tap into both of their energies, they both feel quite drained for different reasons and for the same reasons. So I'm going to pull a card spread on the general vibe of like the feud between them, and then I'll pull on them separately. So let's get some cards on the general vibe of the feud. The apparent feud, because we don't know if it's actually legit. The alleged feud between Selena and Hailey Bieber. So Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, please show me 8 card spirit to represent the energy. Yeah. You know what? I feel like neither of these girls are particularly happy. But it's for different reasons, you know, and we'll tap into each of their energies separately later on in the reading, but I feel like both of them, when you're in the spotlight, I guess, from a very young age, I guess it would be hard to really be happy because, you know, you have no comprehension of normalcy. Is normalcy a word? You know, normality. And I feel like it's something that actually both of them have in common, that they both actually crave. I feel like they are two girls that both crave normality. In different ways. They're very, very different. Selena feels a lot more like, I don't know what her star sign is, but she feels a lot more like earthly, like grounded, a lot more like rooted, like down to earth kind of girl. Hailey feels much more like an air sign, like quite airy, like in her mind, quite bubbly and like dreamy and like in the clouds kind of thing. So they're kind of like opposing. Like Selena feels like earth and Hailey feels like air. They feel like two completely different girls, but when it comes to their hearts, they have very similar. Is Hailey younger than Selena? She is, isn't she? They have similar emotional traits, like the way they handle emotions and their sensitivity. And I feel like Hailey is probably very much like Selena was before Selena, you know, matured. And when Hailey does mature, she'll probably come to the same sensibility that Selena came to. Okay, let's have 5 more cards on this apparent feud, please, Spirit. Okay. That's interesting, but we'll get into that in a second. Okay, final 3 cards, please, Spirit. Selena and Hailey Gomez. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know, it's so interesting in this situation how they are being pitted against each other, but Justin is barely being mentioned here when he is very much like the root of this. Even the cards are saying it, like he is very much at the root of this situation. Yeah, there's also a feeling of stress, I feel, more so from Hailey than Selena. When I feel into Selena is just like bored and tired of the situation and doesn't want to be mentioned in this situation anymore. Like, it's like an energy of like, can I like move on with my life? Am I ever going to be able to move on? Am I ever going to be allowed to move on? I take pictures with Hailey and it's not enough, or I stay out of it and it's not enough. I say nothing and it's not enough. People still bring me up in this topic and this conversation. And I feel like with Selena, it's like this kind of energy of like, what do I have to do to bow out gracefully and disconnect from Justin Bieber? Am I ever going to be allowed to move on? You know, it's like, I would say really and truly, if you are a fan of hers and you are still mentioning her name in the presence or in the same topic or conversation as Hailey and Justin, I really feel from this energy that I pick up on, please stop. Like, I feel that she doesn't want that anymore. It's like it's been so long and she's come so far, and it's like I'm still being mentioned in this situation that I don't want anything to do with. And when it comes to Hailey, I feel a lot of... Do you know what I feel with Hailey? It's almost like the word that Spirit gives is depression. And there's a sadness, like a deep sadness, and she doesn't have that rootedness that Selena has. You know, not to compare them, but we are reading both their energies here. You know, she craves that. You know, she wants to feel secure and rooted and grounded, but she doesn't have that, and there's a sadness with her. There's also a feeling of like with Hailey of like... Sorry, we will get into pulling their cards shortly. It's just I've got the energies here coming through. So with Hailey, it's like I feel purposeless. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I should be doing this and I should be doing that, but I have no real... Oh gosh, I feel empty. Like I have no authenticity. I'm not doing anything that's really for me. Oh gosh, okay. Final two cards around this feud. Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. Okay. Final card for Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber. What is this feud about? Okay. Right. First two cards that come through are King of Wands, which is Justin Bieber. Completely his energy, and Four of Wands. The whole reason this situation started was because of Justin Bieber. If they hadn't have had a relationship with Justin Bieber, either of them, we wouldn't be having this reading. No one would be having this conversation. No one would be pitting them against each other. There wouldn't be this alleged feud. And quite honestly, I will be entirely honest. When I tap into it, I don't feel like... Between these two girls, I don't feel any malice or anything against one another. I really, really don't. I would say on behalf of maybe Hailey, there is a hint of... I don't want to say jealousy, but it is a hint of like... I feel like Hailey looked at the relationship that Justin and Selena had from the outside and maybe thought, wow, that would be amazing, and now she's in it, there's like a bit of regret, and so maybe there's a hint of like envy of like, why can't you kind of love me how you loved her, even though she doesn't know how he loved her. And what we've seen, or what's been said, was that he didn't love her very well. So, you know, it's... Hailey's got a few emotional wounds that needs healing. But we'll get into that. Yeah, so this is all about Justin. But funny enough, Justin's not being mentioned. Justin's not saying anything. Justin is, you know, MIA. Justin hasn't even... I don't know. So that's where this comes from. Four of Wands is about... actually is about kind of like marriage, family life, home life, that longevity, having a long-term career. That is what this is all over. Both of them have had long-term partnerships with Justin Bieber. That was the start of it. Those are the first two cards. That's what started all of this. Then we have the Seven of Cups connected to the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is all about emotional immaturity. Okay? Seven of Cups is about confusion. And as I connect with these two cards, I really feel that for a long, long time, both of these girls fed into this narrative of, well, we can't like each other, and this person saying this. And I feel like there was a lot of rumours between friendship groups, like a lot of, well, she said this about you, and they said that about you, and blah, 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 blah. And it was all like word of mouth until I feel like there was a meeting between them and they were able to iron everything out. And it's never going to be completely like, let's go around each other's houses and hang out. It's never going to be that. And that's why the Seven of Cups is here, because it's like a confusion of, I like you, and I feel there is a like for both of them, but I don't know how to be with you. I don't know how to act with you. And that's both ways. Selena doesn't know how to act with Hailey. Hailey doesn't know how to act with Selena. It's an awkwardness. There's an emotional immaturity from the both of them. But what I will say is with Selena is very good, I feel, at removing herself from the situation and saying she's a little bit more emotionally mature to be like, well, you know, let me just take myself out of this. This is unnecessary for me. Whereas Hailey, because she's quite emotionally, she's emotionally immature. That's what I would say with Hailey. She hasn't done the healing, she hasn't done the work in the way that Selena has, and so when these situations arise, she gets wrapped up right in them. She goes down that rabbit hole, she listens to what people say, she's looking at the blogs, she's looking at social media, she's looking at all these things, whereas Selena knows enough now in her maturity to remove herself from the situation. But there is confusion, because I do feel that they do kind of like each other, but it's like, obviously we're not going to have a deep, meaningful friendship, and so there's a confusion around how to be. I feel for both of them, honestly, though, they just they wish that this conversation would end so that they could just move on with their lives, because Ace of Pentacles is about money, it's about career, it's about all of that, and both of from Selena's point of view, I feel like when this situation comes up, which it does every so now and again, I feel, she's like, this is just tarnishing my career. This takes over all the work I'm doing. Like, look at what I'm doing, all my work. And everyone just still wants to talk about this Justin Bieber situation. And from Hailey Bieber, it's like her coin gets ruined because she always ends up being kind of like the bad guy. And both of them are like, I feel from both of them, it's like we just want to move on and move forward. Because our careers, either way, are being tarnished by this situation. Okay, and now it's kind of like, what do we do from here? So how do we resolve this? Because Two of Swords is about feeling victimized and stuck in a situation, which I feel they both feel. This is what I said, they have very different energies, but it's like we're both in the same situation. It's like, from Hailey's point of view, it's like, I can't say anything, I can't speak anything, I can't do anything without it being tied back to Selena. And from Selena's point of view, it's like the same thing, you know, I keep getting dragged into this and I don't want it. And now it's like the Hangman as the final card. It's like, well, what do I do? The Hangman is about patience and shifting perspective. It's like, are we ever going to move away from this? And honestly, I've just heard from Spirit, I don't feel like either of them will ever escape this situation until Hailey and Justin split, which I do feel will happen. I do feel Justin moving on with a different girl. I'm seeing him with a brunette girl, like a dark-haired girl. But that's not for at least like 5 or so years. And I feel like when they do split, I feel like there could actually be a friendship for Hailey and Selena, because I do feel a likeness for each other. But like I said, there's that Seven of Cups energy is where it's like, we can't be friends. Like, this isn't going to work. I can't be your friend. I like you, but it's confusing, you know? So, you know, I really do feel that this is more like online drama. Oh, that card just flew on the floor. This is like online drama where people have kind of blown situations up into something that maybe they aren't, because I really do feel, as I tap into the energy of both of these girls, that they kind of just want this to just go away. Like, Hailey wants Selena's name to stop being mentioned in her relationship, and Selena wants to stop being mentioned in the relationship. But okay, let's pull a card for Selena Gomez. So Spirit, show me a card to represent Selena's energy right now. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles and the Devil. So You know, with Selena Gomez, I wish I could remember what star sign she is off the top of my head, but I can't. Because she has got real earthly vibes, like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I know she's not one of them signs. She really is trying to kind of like focus on her career, and I feel like she's really diving back into acting and wanting to. I also feel that she may have just signed a new contract for like a new role, whether that be a movie or something like that. She's focusing on her coin. She wants to her career to be the main topic of conversation, and just like an earth sign does, she wants to keep her private life private. And I really feel this craving and this yearning within Selena Gomez to like get married, start a family. And she's just finding that with this situation with Justin, the devil, this is about being tied to something, feeling like you're trapped in something, feeling like I said at the very beginning, I feel like with her, she's like, am I ever going to break out of this? Are people ever going to stop mentioning me with Justin? She doesn't want it. Like, I can't stress that enough. It's like what have I got to do? I'm just trying to carry on and make my coin and live my life and build a life for myself, which is what the King of Pentacles is all about. It's about building that life, that home life for yourself. But I just keep getting dragged into this. And she doesn't want it. And there is a sensitivity with Selena as well, whereas like she can avoid and ignore and not pay attention to for quite a while, but then it does get too much for her, where it's like in her face and it's just like, I need a break, like stop. And I know she has stepped back, and it is because it's too much. Like, it's her past. Can you imagine if like all the time your past was just constantly being dug up and thrown in your face, and you're just trying to move on and live your life and build a new life, and you can't, because every time you try and do so, she's just reminded of this relationship that she wants to let go of. You know, she finds the whole thing like a trap, like claustrophobic, like, you know, it's like, just let me go kind of thing. Let me go. Stop mentioning me in this. I do feel a relationship coming in for Selena Gomez. I've spoken about this before. I feel like she may have already met him now. This is with an actor. This is with a dark-haired actor. Like I said, I feel like in the future Selena Gomez will keep her relationship very, very private until she cannot keep it private anymore. I feel like it may be leaked by paparazzi. I do feel marriage and children coming in for Selena Gomez, and I feel like she wants her private life to be private, her work life to be her work life, and she wants to be left out of this Justin Bieber thing. She's not interested. She doesn't want to keep being, I keep hearing it. That's why it's just like this stress. Like, I would just hear her saying, you know, what do I have to do to not be mentioned in this situation anymore? Like, what do I have to do? Okay, let's talk about Hailey. Hailey Bieber. Please show me. Totally. Can I get 2 more cards for Hailey Bieber, please? Oh, goodness. I actually feel very... I know a lot of people have a lot of dislike for Hailey Bieber. I know a lot of people love her. I actually feel very sorry for this girl, because her whole existence, it feels, is based externally on external validation, and I know that's a life she's created for herself, but it feels very sad. It's like there's a big lack of self-worth and a big lack of self-esteem, and there's a big loss of understanding who she is, or even knowing who she is. I feel like Hailey Bieber does not know who she is. She's very lost, like a lost puppy. But Spirit keeps giving me the word healing, healing, healing. In the next 3 to 5 years, there's a big healing pivot coming for Hailey Bieber. And I feel like I wonder how old she is, because I'm linking this in with like her Saturn return. So when you get to like 30 years old, your whole life kind of has a big, massive shift. You lose friendships, you lose relationships, your career tends to change. You have this big breakdown of life as you've known it so far. And I feel with Hailey Bieber, as she reaches the end of her Saturn return when she's 30, 31, 32, her life she's gonna experience quite a few breakdowns, because what happens is with the Saturn return, if everything you've built has been built upon falseness or lack of truth or lack of authenticity, around your Saturn return it's going to fall apart. And because I feel with Hailey, everything in her life has been built upon ego, what looks good, what reputation, what should I be doing, what does everyone else think I should be doing, rather than who I am and what I want. Because she's built it upon that ego-based system, when she does get to her Saturn return, a lot's going to fall apart for her, including, I feel, her relationship with Justin Bieber. And I feel a lot of healing. Spirit is surrounding her in like white light as she's around the age of 30, 31, 32. I feel the end of that relationship coming in. I feel her going on a very big healing journey, maturing. I feel a complete rebrand in business. Because as I said, right now she feels as if she has no purpose. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what her purpose is. She's just doing what she thinks she should be doing. It's based around this lack of emotional maturity. You know, Page of Cups is that immature energy. It's that immature emotional energy. Cups are all about emotion. Can I get a final card for Hailey Bieber, please? But she will come out the other side of it. You know, there's a real moment of growth coming for her. Spirit's giving 2025 to 2027 are going to be real healing moments, healing years for Hailey Bieber. She's got a lot to learn. Swords are all about the mind, mindset, mind shift, perspective, belief, how you see life, how you view life, what you think, who you are. At the moment, Hailey Bieber is someone who's very much a people pleaser. Spirit's saying she could be walked all over. And it ends up coming out sometimes in not very nice ways. I know a lot of people say she's got mean girl energy, but that usually comes from an insecurity of self, because she doesn't know herself. So it comes out in this kind of nasty energy as like a protection of, you know, it's vulnerable for her, I guess, to be who she really is. She doesn't know who she is. And Queen of Swords is very secure in who she is. Very clear in who she is. Her mind is strong, her beliefs are strong, her values are strong, and Hailey's got to go on a journey from Page of Cups to Queen of Swords. That's a big old journey, and Spirit is saying she may have to learn her lessons the hard way, you know. And I really do feel that for her. I don't feel like she'll go to rehab or anything, but I see her on maybe retreats, just on a real healing journey, a real spiritual path she will take as she approaches 30. And there will be a split. I do feel there will be a split, because I've done a reading on their relationship before. If what I can remember is that, you know, he rules the roost, he wears the trousers, and she just does whatever he wants. That's very much how I still feel. She is like a puppy dog when it comes to him, you know, laps after him, runs around after him. Very little self-worth, very little value in herself. You know, she's got a long way to go to kind of discover that in herself. But I feel like she will get there. And Spirit is showing me visions and pictures of her and Selena together in about 5 years' time, smiling, and both living two different lives, both separate from Justin Bieber. So, you know, there's a lot of growth to happen here. But what I do really feel, I'll pull one final card, you know, is this feud real, or is it feuded by the fans, Spirit? Ace of Cups. I don't feel there's a feud between them, okay? I really, 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 really don't. The Ace of Cups is the highest love card you can get. I feel like they both genuinely want to move on. And I'll be honest, I feel, you know, I know there's been a lot said about Hailey Bieber and, you know, comments she's made and whatever. I do have to say, and this isn't excusing anything, but I do feel that her immaturity, like rolling the eyes at Taylor Swift and all that, it comes from a lack of emotional intelligence. She's emotionally immature. And that's no excuse. She is going to go on a journey, I do feel, but I do feel at the heart of hearts of her, there is a kind girl in there. And I do feel she's going to go on a journey through it. And at the end of the day, I do feel it is, you know, there's peace here from both girls. I do feel that both girls, deep, deep, deep down, would rather not be dealing with this. And so I don't feel like it's feuded by either of them. I feel like they would both like to be living their lives. But what I do feel from Hailey is Spirit's bringing it back to where I said jealousy earlier. Hailey is very aware that a lot of people would still like Selena and Justin to be together, and I feel like that can sometimes come out in like an envious way with her. So it's like it does come out in kind of like, because like I said, Hailey reads the blogs, she looks at social media, she reads all the stuff, so it does come out in a kind of like, why am I not good enough? Why do you not like me with Justin? Why, you know, why not me? And it kind of comes off in that mean girl energy, because it's like, well, you know, I am good enough. It's all coming from ego with Hailey, and it does make her a little bit mean sometimes, but deep down, you know, she's just got a little bit of healing to do, well, a lot of healing to do. You know, she needs to build up her self-worth and her self-esteem, and for Selena, I feel like Selena has done that work, is still doing that work, but she's got a few years on Hailey. You know, she's a bit older, and that's what I said, I feel like they are quite similar. I feel like Selena 3, 4, 5 years ago was very kind of similar to Hailey in that lack of self-worth, that lack of self-love, you know, but she's found herself now in a place, because she's doing the work, where she knows, you know, this isn't what I want, and I'm going to choose peace and love. And I feel Hailey will get there, but she's just a few years behind. But I'm sending a lot of love to both these girls, because there is a sadness with both of them. I feel like both of them really want the same thing, which is a happy marriage, a happy home life. And I feel like they both want to be mothers as well. There are similarities between them. But I feel like this feud is not feuded by them. I feel like people have taken it and run with it, and I feel like both of them would be very, very appreciative if it was honestly just left alone. Okay, so I hope that cleared anything up spiritually. That was the spiritual intake that I felt with both of these girls. If you did enjoy this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe to join our lovely community by hitting that subscribe button down below. Share with anyone who you feel may enjoy this. If you would like your own private and personal reading with me, you can book that over on my website, or if you'd just like to read more information, it's www.kirstilewis.com. I will leave that link down in the comments and the description box below, where there is also ways where you can support the channel as well by leaving kind words or donation if you wish to. Thank you so much for being with me today, lovelies, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye!